Custody battles are tough. They can be emotionally draining and legally complex, often leaving parents feeling overwhelmed and uncertain about the future. The stakes are incredibly high because you're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for what matters most, your children. Every decision you make can have a lasting impact on their lives, so it's crucial to navigate this process with care and wisdom. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, but remember, the courtroom isn't about winning, it's about what's in the best interest of the child. Judges are trained to look beyond the surface and consider the long-term well-being of the children involved. They evaluate various factors including the emotional, psychological, and physical needs of the child, as well as the ability of each parent to meet those needs. But remember, the courtroom isn't about winning, it's about what's in the best interest of the child. This means that sometimes, even if you feel like you're losing, you might actually be doing what's best for your child. It's a difficult pill to swallow, but understanding this can help you make more informed and compassionate decisions. Parents often come in with the best intentions but end up making decisions they later regret, decisions that can hurt their case. It's natural to feel a whirlwind of emotions during a custody battle: anger, sadness, frustration, and even fear. These emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to actions that might not be in your best interest or the best interest of your child. For instance, speaking negatively about the other parent in front of your child or in court can backfire, making you appear uncooperative or vindictive. Parents often make decisions they later regret, decisions that can hurt their case. It's easy to let emotions take over, but it's important to stay focused on the bigger picture. Think about the long-term impact of your actions and words. Will they help or hinder your case? Will they benefit or harm your child? These are the questions you need to keep in mind. By understanding the common mistakes people make in custody cases, you can better prepare yourself and increase your chances of a favorable outcome. Knowledge is power, and being aware of the potential missteps can make a significant difference in your case. For example, failing to comply with court orders, not being punctual for court appearances, or neglecting to document important interactions can all negatively impact your case. On the other hand, demonstrating a willingness to cooperate, showing respect for the legal process, and prioritizing your child's needs can work in your favor. We're going to go through the most common mistakes people make in custody cases and, more importantly, how to avoid them. By being proactive and informed, you can navigate this challenging time with greater confidence and clarity. Remember, the goal is to create a stable, loving environment for your child, and every step you take should be aimed at achieving that. So, let's dive in and explore how you can avoid these common pitfalls and work towards a positive outcome for you and your child. Listen, I get it. You're angry, hurt, frustrated, maybe you feel betrayed. These emotions are completely natural, especially in the midst of a custody battle. It's a tumultuous time, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the intensity of your feelings. You might feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster, with highs and lows that seem to come out of nowhere. But here's the thing. While it's okay to feel these emotions, it's crucial not to let them dictate your actions. Emotions can cloud your judgment and lead you to make decisions that you might later regret. But you can't let those emotions control your actions in a custody case. It's important to take a step back and breathe. Find ways to calm yourself, whether it's through deep breathing exercises, meditation, or simply taking a walk to clear your head. When you allow yourself a moment to pause and reflect, you give yourself the opportunity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This can make a significant difference in how you handle the situation and how you are perceived by the court. Don't send that nasty text message. In the heat of the moment, it might feel satisfying to lash out, but those words can come back to haunt you. Once something is written down, it can be used as evidence against you. Think about the long-term consequences of your actions. A single angry message can paint you in a negative light and impact the court's perception of your character and your ability to co-parent effectively. Don't badmouth the other parent on social media. It might feel like a safe space to vent your frustrations, but remember that anything you post online can be seen by others and potentially used against you in court. Social media is not as private as you might think. Negative comments about the other parent can be interpreted as an inability to cooperate and communicate effectively, which is crucial in a custody case. Instead, try to keep your social media presence neutral and avoid discussing the case or the other parent altogether. Everything you do, everything you say, can be used against you in court, The courtroom is a place where your actions and words are scrutinized. It's essential to present yourself in the best possible light. This means being mindful of your behavior both inside and outside the courtroom. Your actions can influence the judge's decision, so it's important to demonstrate that you are a responsible and thoughtful parent who prioritizes the well-being of your child. Think of it this way: would you say or do that in front of a judge in a courtroom? This is a good rule of thumb to follow. If you wouldn't feel comfortable saying or doing something in that setting, then it's probably best to avoid it altogether. This mindset can help you make better decisions and avoid actions that could negatively impact your case. Always strive to act with integrity and respect, keeping the best interests of your child at the forefront of your mind. If the answer is no, don't do it. Period. It's as simple as that. Remember, the goal is to demonstrate that you are a capable and caring parent who can provide a stable and loving environment for your child. Keep your emotions in check and think before you act. Here's a newsflash: judges don't like it when one parent constantly bashes the other. It makes you look petty and vindictive. More importantly, it can hurt your child. Kids are smart. They pick up on negativity. Instead of trashing your ex, focus on what you bring to the table. Show the court you're a stable, loving, and responsible parent. Let your actions speak louder than words. Here's what a lawyer would tell you: if it's not documented, it didn't happen. This is especially true in custody cases. Keep a detailed journal. Write down every interaction you have with the other parent, every doctor's appointment, every school event. Save emails, text messages, and voicemails. This might seem tedious, but trust me, it's worth it. When you have solid documentation, you have a much stronger case. Chapter 4. Court orders are not suggestions. Let me be crystal clear. When a judge issues a court order, you follow it. This isn't a matter of personal preference or convenience. Court orders are legally binding directives that must be adhered to without exception. They are not mere guidelines or suggestions that you can choose to follow when it suits you. They are mandates that carry the weight of the law behind them. To the letter, no excuses. Every detail in a court order is there for a reason, and it is your responsibility to ensure that you comply with every aspect of it. Ignoring or altering any part of a court order can have serious consequences, not just for you, but for everyone involved, especially your children. Don't be late for visitation pickups. Timeliness is crucial. When a court order specifies a time for visitation, it is imperative that you adhere to it strictly. Being late can disrupt the schedule and cause unnecessary stress for your child and the other parent. It shows a lack of respect for the court's decision and can be seen as a form of non-compliance. Don't withhold visitation because you're angry. Emotions can run high during custody disputes, but it is essential to separate your feelings from your obligations. Withholding visitation out of spite or anger is not only unfair to the other parent, but also detrimental to your child's well-being. The court's primary concern is the best interest of the child, and adhering to the visitation schedule is a critical part of that. These orders are in place for a reason: to protect your child and ensure stability. The court carefully considers all factors before issuing an order, with the child's best interests as the top priority. Stability and consistency are vital for a child's development, and following court orders helps provide that. It ensures that your child has a predictable and secure environment, which is essential for their emotional and psychological health. If you violate a court order, even a small one, it tells the judge you don't respect the court's authority. This can have far-reaching implications. Judges take non-compliance very seriously, and even minor violations can lead to significant consequences. It can affect your credibility and standing in the eyes of the court, potentially influencing future rulings and decisions, and that's not a good look. Demonstrating respect for the court's authority is crucial. It shows that you are willing to cooperate and act in the best interest of your child. Non-compliance, on the other hand, can lead to penalties, including fines, changes in custody arrangements, or even jail time. Always remember, court orders are not suggestions. They are legal obligations that must be followed diligently. Chapter 5. Here's a hard truth some parents need to hear. The court doesn't care who was right or wrong in the relationship. The court's only concern is what's in the best interest of the child. Don't assume the judge will automatically side with the mother or the father. Come into court prepared to prove why you are the best parent for your child. Be respectful, be honest, and be realistic. Chapter 6. Not all lawyers are created equal. You need an attorney who specializes in family law and has experience handling custody cases. Don't be afraid to ask tough questions. How many custody cases have they handled? What's their track record? Do they understand the dynamics of your local court? Remember, this is your child's future we're talking about. Choose your legal representation wisely. Chapter 7. Walking into a custody battle without a strategy is like going to war without a weapon. You need a clear plan of action. This means working with your attorney to gather evidence, prepare witnesses, and develop a compelling argument. Don't let your emotions dictate your actions. Stay focused, stay calm, and stay on message. Your child's well-being depends on it. Look, I know this is a difficult time, but remember, you're not alone. Millions of parents have gone through custody battles, and you can get through this too. Just remember to keep your cool, make smart decisions, and always put your child first. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Be the bigger person, be the best parent you can be, and most importantly, never give up fighting for your child's best interests.